Politics is changing fast and every decision shapes our future. In today's video, we're breaking down the latest headlines, the key players, and what it all means for you. Whether you're here to stay informed or spark debate, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. U.S. President Donald Trump confirmed Monday that he will move forward with a 25% tariff on most Canadian imports next week, claiming the U.S. has been ripped off for too long. Speaking at a White House news conference alongside French President Emmanuel Macron, Trump said the implementation is moving along very rapidly and will proceed as scheduled. Initially, Trump delayed the tariffs after Prime Minister Justin Trudeau agreed to increase border security measures to curb drug smuggling and illegal migration. Despite a reported 90% reduction in migrant crossings and drug seizures, Trump signaled that the pause will be lifted around March 4th. The tariffs will exclude Canadian energy exports, which will be subject to a 10% levy. Additionally, steel, aluminum, and auto imports face an extra 25% tariff starting March 12th. Canadian Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly warned that Canada is prepared to retaliate with tariffs on $155 billion worth of U.S. goods. Economists warn the tariffs could severely impact the Canadian economy, making exports less competitive and raising costs for U.S. consumers. While Trump claims the U.S. has suffered trade abuses, data shows the U.S. actually holds a trade surplus with Canada when oil exports are excluded. Trump, who renegotiated the Canada-U.S.-Mexico trade deal during his first term, has exaggerated the trade deficit, recently claiming a $200 billion gap, while official U.S. data places it at $63 billion as of December 2024. U.S. President Donald Trump has reaffirmed that a 25% tariff on most Canadian imports will take effect next week as scheduled. Speaking at a White House news conference, Trump stated that the U.S. has been mistreated in trade for many years, not just by Canada and Mexico but by multiple countries worldwide. He criticized previous U.S. leadership for signing trade agreements that allowed other nations to take advantage of American industries, particularly in manufacturing. Trump emphasized that his goal is to establish fair and reciprocal trade, where the U.S. imposes tariffs equal to those faced by its own exporters. While he acknowledged that Canada and other nations negotiated favorable deals for themselves, he argued that American leaders were at fault for allowing these trade imbalances to persist. Despite previous negotiations between Canada and the U.S. to strengthen border security and reduce fentanyl trafficking, Trump has decided to move forward with the tariffs, stating that they will help the U.S. regain economic strength. In addition to the general 25% tariff, additional levies on steel, aluminum, and auto imports are expected. The Canadian government, led by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, has vowed to retaliate if the tariffs proceed, potentially imposing countermeasures on up to $155 billion worth of American goods. Economists warn that these tariffs could severely disrupt trade and push the Canadian economy toward a recession. Trump maintains that the tariffs are necessary to correct what he describes as decades of economic abuse, reinforcing his long-standing commitment to reshaping U.S. trade policy in favor of American interests. Canadian Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly has reaffirmed that Canada will stand firm in response to U.S. tariffs, as President Trump confirmed they will move forward after a 30-day pause. Speaking from London, Joly acknowledged the unpredictability of Trump's trade policies, but emphasized that Canada is prepared to fight back. Joly outlined 3 executive orders affecting Canada, one related to border security and fentanyl, another targeting aluminum and steel exports, and a third imposing reciprocal tariffs on all U.S. trading partners. She stressed that Canada must be ready for all scenarios, and noted that the government has already imposed $155 billion in counter tariffs against the U.S. Emphasizing the importance of international cooperation, Joly explained that she has been meeting with European allies in London, Paris, Munich, and Brussels to coordinate a joint response. She highlighted that Canada was one of the few countries to take swift retaliatory measures and will continue working with global partners to counter U.S. tariffs. While Prime Minister Justin Trudeau recently spoke with Trump, Joly did not confirm whether the tariffs were directly discussed. She reiterated that Canada will take necessary measures to protect its economy and workers. With the March 4th deadline approaching, uncertainty remains, but Joly assured Canadians that the government is prepared to respond decisively. she reaffirmed that Canada will stand strong, defending its economic interests while continuing to seek support from its allies. Canadian Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly has reaffirmed that Canada will not back down in the face of impending U.S. tariffs, as President Trump confirmed they will proceed following a 30-day pause. Speaking from London, Joly acknowledged the unpredictability of Trump's trade policies but made it clear that Canada is prepared to defend its economic interests. She outlined 3 executive orders impacting Canada, one related to border security and fentanyl, another imposing tariffs on aluminum and steel, and a third enforcing reciprocal trade measures affecting all U.S. trading partners. Joly stressed that Canada is prepared for any outcome and noted that the government has already imposed $155 billion in counter tariffs on U.S. goods. Highlighting the importance of international cooperation, Joly explained that she has been meeting with European allies in London, Paris, Munich, and Brussels to coordinate a unified response. She pointed out that Canada has been proactive in taking strong countermeasures and will continue working with global partners to push back against U.S. tariffs. While Prime Minister Justin Trudeau recently spoke with Trump, Joly did not confirm whether the issue of tariffs was directly addressed. However, she assured Canadians that the government is committed to taking all necessary steps to protect workers and businesses. With the March 4th deadline fast approaching, uncertainty remains, but Joly emphasized that Canada is ready to act. She reiterated the government's resolve to defend its economy while strengthening alliances with key international partners. In a recent development, President Donald Trump announced plans to visit Fort Knox alongside Elon Musk to verify the presence of the United States gold reserves. This decision comes after Musk, appointed by Trump to oversee government efficiency, expressed concerns about the actual amount of gold held at the facility. During a conversation aboard Air Force One, Trump stated, "We're going to go to Fort Knox, the fabled Fort Knox, to make sure the gold is there." This initiative aims to address public speculation and ensure transparency regarding the nation's gold assets. Despite these concerns, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has reassured the public, noting that annual audits confirm the gold's presence. He emphasized, "We do an audit every year. All the gold is present and accounted for." The United States Bullion Depository at Fort Knox has been safeguarding the country's gold since 1937 and is renowned for its stringent security measures. Elon Musk's involvement stems from his role in the Department of Government Efficiency. He suggested a live video walkthrough of Fort Knox to provide transparency and address public curiosity. The planned visit underscores the administration's commitment to transparency and accountability in managing national assets. A federal watchdog overseeing workplace protections for federal employees has called for a temporary halt to the Trump administration's dismissal of 6 probationary workers across multiple agencies. U.S. Special Counsel Hampton Dellinger, who is also facing a legal battle over Trump's attempt to remove him from office, stated that these terminations appear to violate federal personnel laws and should be paused for 45 days while an investigation is conducted. Dellinger's recommendation currently covers 6 individuals, but he suggested that other recently fired probationary employees may also be affected. His office is exploring broader legal relief for those impacted by mass terminations reportedly pushed by Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency. Among the terminated workers is a Department of Energy communications specialist who had received high performance ratings before being dismissed. Others include employees from the Departments of Housing and Urban Development, Education, Veterans Affairs, and Agriculture, as well as the Office of Personnel Management. Dellinger emphasized that dismissing probationary employees without individualized cause contradicts legal provisions governing federal workforce reductions. His recommendations will be reviewed by the Merit Systems Protection Board, which ensures federal employment decisions are based on merit. Meanwhile, Trump's effort to remove Dellinger from his position has sparked a legal battle that has reached the Supreme Court. A ruling on whether Dellinger can remain in office is expected by February 26. President Trump's decision to remove senior military leaders without justification is both reckless and damaging. This move not only politicizes the armed forces but also weakens the professionalism and integrity of military leadership. Even more alarming is the dismissal of 3 judge advocates general, the top legal officers in the Defense Department, an action that further undermines the rule of law. Among those dismissed is General Charles Q. Brown Jr., whom I worked with closely during my tenure as Secretary of the Air Force under President Biden. In my 55 years in national security, I have never known a more professional, honorable, or patriotic leader. The removal of other experienced officers, such as General James Slife and Admiral Lisa Franchetti, is equally concerning. These individuals have served with distinction across multiple administrations, and their sudden dismissal signals a dangerous shift in how military leadership is chosen. For the first time in my career, I fear that political loyalty may become a prerequisite for high-ranking military positions. While I still believe in the professionalism of our armed forces and the deep talent pool within the Pentagon, the removal of top military legal officers is especially troubling. The judge advocates generals serve as independent legal authorities who ensure military orders align with the Uniform Code of Military Justice. That's it for today's deep dive into the latest political developments. Whether you agree or disagree, the conversation doesn't stop here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Stay informed, stay engaged, and I'll see you in the next one. Let me know if you want a different tone, more serious, engaging, or even humorous.